Hello, fellow bird nerds, and Happy New Year to ya! Sorry for the break from uploading the last 2 weeks, but I took a much needed break, and what better time to do that than during the holidays anyway. Here is my bird nerd diary for the month of September. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, Bella.
The day started off with lovely Bella and her sweet mate Tuffy. Hermoso came by after and wasn't too happy. He just doesn't really like gray jays, I think. Can't blame him, I suppose. Tuffy found a grub and made quick work of it. I see these berries every year around this time, but I have no idea what they are called. Hatch is still looking rough, but not too bad. Maggie is looking way worse, though. Those rascally squirrels were around again. Once again, the male was perfectly calm and the female was losing it. Cracks me up. I'm sure she has lots to be upset about, trying to raise her babies and all that. Eventually, he had enough of it and decided to pick a few hazelnuts instead. Then he left. The little young gray jay stopped by too. His molt is almost done. His father Tuffy wasn't long chasing him away, putting him in his place, I guess, letting him know that this isn't his territory, he's just allowed to stay here for the winter. I'm happy to see that a few of my sparrow buddies are still around too. I love morning dew. My tailless sparrow buddy was the first to greet me.
Where are you? Little guy. Pretty.
Amazing how trusting of me he is. Cute little thing. Nearby, a hermit thrush tackled a earthworm and then gave up. Another sparrow came by for a treat. This time it was a little sweet tamorph, one with all its tail feathers. Snowy was the first and only jay to greet me. Later on, the sun's heat vaporized the morning dew that was on the logs and vegetation. Up close to Hatch, I went to visit him. He gave me some nice slow motion of him moving around the log. Then I noticed a bunch of baby squirrels. They must be siblings. Such tiny and energetic little things. I was greeted by an excited sweet girl first thing this morning. She called to let Blue know, but first the other jays came by, which made her get emotional. It was Hermoso and Fiona. Shortly after, lovely Blue arrived. Sweet Girl started acting all macho toward Hermoso, the way she dug into the ground all puffed up and stuff. Hermoso was probably too close to one of her stashed peanuts. I put some seeds down on a fallen tree for the jays. Eventually, a squirrel came by. At one point, it chattered. I caught it in slow motion. Mean looking, and that tooth. Wouldn't want to be bit by that. The little young gray jay came by and waited in the back behind the squirrel. While standing with the jays, I was hit by something. Then I noticed there was a bunch of cones falling down to the ground around me. Turned out to be a squirrel way up in one of the trees, harvesting them. Well then. On the way home, I got to see a lovely flock of juncos foraging on the ground. It was pretty neat getting to see an osprey fly over this morning with a fish. Fiona, Hermoso, and the gray jay pair were the first to greet me. Further in the woods, I found Blue. Seems like he's been hanging out away from his normal location these days. Probably found a good source of hazelnuts and other things like that. He did take a break to cache some peanuts away, though. Sweet Girl didn't seem to be with him, so after a little while I went to look for her. And I found her. Blue, of course, had followed me. He even found a hazelnut. Hatch and his new mate came by now too and collected a couple seeds. Down in Maggie's territory, Maggie, her mate, and their little one collected some seeds. One of Maggie's little ones. Still begging. Another dewy morning. Feisty Jay, Nova, and a couple other jays came by. Things got emotional, of course, and it only got worse when Hermoso and Fiona arrived too. All was good though. A little sparrow came by for a peanut, and then my silly Sweet Girl and Blue showed up.
Sweet girl!
I love watching the jays.
What are you doing?
Just like with the other morning when there was a lot of dew, once the sun was up high enough, it vaporized. I spotted the young gray jay picking around in a tree. Once again, I played around with the slow motion on Hatch. He makes it so easy and fun. Of course, I saw little Maggie and her mate on my way back home, and I noticed that some of the leaves are turning. A pretty morning today. I saw Sweet Girl, the young gray jay, and Blue.
Where's Blue, sweet girl? Where is he? There you go. Good boy. What, sweet girl? What? Brat.
Then Maggie, her mate, and their little one.
Maggie's little one.
Snowy came by Blue and Sweet Girl's territory briefly too. Then I went over to film some more slow motion of Hatch. Snowy, a couple young blue jays, and Nova were the first jays I saw. A few chickadees came by, and I noticed some more trees that are turning color. A little further in, I saw Lentil and her mate. The chickadees had followed me, of course. A lot of the vegetation around caught my attention due to the various colors they are changing.
Blue. Hey, catch.
Up close to Blue's territory, Blue came by, then Fiona and Hermoso. I saw Sweet Girl after too. Then it was straight to the little guys. Maggie and her mate had intruded on Hatch's territory, causing an upset. Eventually, Maggie and her mate retreated back to their territory, allowing me to see Hatch and even his sweet little mate for a bit. I really like the colors on this female nuthatch. It has a bluish-like color, like a really light blue. Young Gray Jay got in on a slow motion too. Well, I got to see Snowy and her mate this time. I've been wanting to see him so bad. Blue and Sweet Girl were here too, so things were emotional, of course.
Yeah, Blue.
And it didn't let up either.
Sweet girl.
I love how Sweet Girl picked at Blue's feathers and Blue's reaction was cute. There was quite a layer of fog around the area. Looked pretty neat. Down further I saw Hermoso, then the young male jay, and Fiona. A lot of the jays were here now. Later on, Tuffy and Bella came by, and Tuffy chased after the young gray jay.
Yeah. It's Tuffy. That's Bella. That's the baby.
They tried dominating Blue, but he wouldn't let them. The young gray jay managed to grab some stuff too, but wasn't long before Tuffy chased after him again. Maggie, her new mate, and their little one also managed to collect some seeds. I went over to see Hatch and his mate. She comes around me a lot more now. Hatch gets jealous though, I think. Halfway home, I saw Feisty Jay and Nova.
Feisty. Feisty. Ah. That's Feisty. And what's his name? Nova. Hi.
I noticed chokeberries nearby too. I think that's what they are called. Maybe I'm wrong. And down close to home, I saw a few bumblebees collecting nectar from a bunch of purple flowers. I believe they're called asters from what I was able to find. And they are one of the last flowers of the year for around here to provide for the bees. It's like their little last bounty. A beautiful morning down on the bog. Blue was the first to greet me, and of course he called out to let Sweet Girl know that I was here. Wasn't long before she came. Hermoso and Fiona too. A little ways up I found Tuffy and Bella. They were pretty chatty. The young gray jay tried joining them, but that didn't go over well. For a little while, I stayed with Maggie and her mate. Their little one comes by too. On my way out of Blue and Sweet Girl's area, I was greeted by Nova and Feisty J.
Nova.
The young male Jay was here too. Down a little ways, the area Lentil hangs out, Angel came by, as did a moody Lentil. She was fighting all the chickadees today. She wouldn't mess with her mate though. When I left to go home, I noticed these odd-looking pink flowers. Never seen them before. Down close to home, a chickadee pair came to me looking for seeds. I don't know these two very well, but they do come around every now and again. And just a little closer to home, I saw a lovely eastern comma on the goldenrods. Looked like a fresh new butterfly. Fiona was the first one I saw. Well, heard first. Hermosa was here too. I got a pretty good close-up shot of him. I was surprised to see Feisty J down here as well. His mate Nova too.
You a silly girl. She a silly girl Blue?
Not long after, my Sookie Sweet Girl arrived and her lovely mate Blue. Got a pretty good close-up of him too. Once I tossed the peanuts out, they all went crazy, of course. A little further up, I saw the Grey Jay pair, Tuffy and Bella. The blueberries were pretty late this year. Usually I can start picking them by late July, or the first week or two in August. That wasn't the case this year. I'm fairly certain that this hermit thrush was eyeing the blueberries. On my way home, I saw Lentil and the others. Lentil ended up getting into the mood to store seeds on me. So cute. Fall is really setting in these days. Nova was here. So was Snowy and Snowy's mate. He comes around a lot now. Before I'd rarely see him. Up further, Feisty J arrived. He wasn't thrilled with the other Jays being there. I heard a lovely white-throated sparrow singing. A few of them are still around. The Grey Jays came by too. I saw their little one in the woods. I saw Hatch and his female over in their territory. when I went to see Maggie, they came with me. Maggie seemed to be alone. I've actually been noticing that the last couple days. I wasn't sure if he was missing or not, but I think her new mate is gone now. And it seems that Hatch knows that Maggie don't have a male around here anymore. I wonder what's going to happen. Sweet Girl is too cute, and Blue is always there to help settle her down.
What are you doing? Wait.
With October approaching, the woods is starting to look nice and colorful. The little bit of fog added a lovely atmosphere to it. A lot of the Blue Jay gang were here, a couple young jays, Nova, Fiona, and Hermoso.
Another young one. He is neat.
Sweet Girl decided to have a blueberry, but I think Blue thought she was going to give it to him. Too bad she didn't. That would have been the second video I got of her doing that. I saw Hatch with Maggie over in his old territory. I think these two are going to get back together. The other female stays over in the other territory, and I do visit her. Later, the silly Gray Jay pair showed up and eager for some goodies. Little goofs.
What? What, little guy? What?
I was in the mood to shoot in slow motion today, mainly because of the rain. I saw everyone and got some good shots of the blueberries too. So weird seeing them ready this late into the season. I'll be picking them right into October. Still seeing a few of my sparrow buds, not as many though, some have already migrated. Blue and Sweet Girl were the first ones I saw. That young male I've been seeing all summer was here too. Then the Gray Jays came by and ate some egg. Feisty Jay showed up too, just a little while after. Blue and Sweet Girl both got on my tripod. They were so cute.
Hi, Blue. Sweet girl. How are you? My catch? Blue. That was good to be hot ahead of himself.
After they took a peanut, Feisty Jay perched on it, waiting for a peanut too.
Feisty Jay.
Fiona came by, and Hermosa wasn't with her though. Blue had followed me the whole way, of course. And later on, I saw my Hermoso, Sweet Jay. Fall is setting in now, lots of color. The birds are doing good, enjoying the fall, and Hatch seems to have moved back in with Maggie. I'm looking forward to the beauty of October, especially when the tamaracks turn golden before their needles fall. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a wonderful week. Happy birding.